Part 5. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 41. Chapter 41 Money. As soon as Fang Xiaowai left the house, she hurried to Song's house. She would not let things get out of hand. My own parents are not the kind of people who feel sorry for their daughter. Besides, she is not his biological daughter. Now people will be punished by heaven and earth if they don't do it for themselves. Zhang Xiaoxiao went shopping with Fan Qiuying. A big bag of stuff. I bought more than 10 kilograms of cotton alone. They didn't have any cotton coupons left, and Fan Qiuying borrowed several of them. Mom, okay, I just need the basin and the kettle. Don't buy it. I can't take it with me on the road, especially the kettle. It'll break if I bump it on the road. I won't take it with me. It couldn't be used in the past, so I might as well buy it after I get to the village. No matter how poor the village is, there is always a supply and marketing cooperative. She is going to die from exhaustion. Her mother wished she could move the entire supply and marketing cooperative home for her, and she accepted the soaps, shampoos, etc. These things are bound to be used, but other things can be avoided or not bought. She knew that on the train going to the countryside, there was a sea of people, crowded and crowded. The little things she has may be lost in the crowds on the road. She has space. But the people who followed him on the road were all revolutionary comrades who would get along with him for a long time in the future. When people see you coming in empty-handed and suddenly conjuring up so many things, why don't you tell them clearly that you have a problem here? She is not stupid. Fan Qiuying was also worried when her daughter told her. Yes, there are too many things needed. How can this kid carry so many things with his small body? Besides, we need someone to take care of us on the way. Things might be lost by then, so we really might as well prepare some money for our daughter. The two of them finally returned home. Fan Qiuying saw that her daughter Fang Xiaowai was not at home. The house was empty and there was no one. So he closed the door, pulled his daughter into his room, closed the curtains, and closed the door. Mom, what are you doing? Are you going to be a thief? Zhang Xiaoxiao was so tired that he was almost paralyzed. Because more and more people are going to the countryside recently, supply and marketing cooperatives and department stores are almost crowded with people. They squeeze in and out again, which requires physical strength. Most people cannot bear this kind of physical work. This body is not like the one in the previous life. After long-term hard work, it has been built with steel and iron bones, and now it is fragile. You kid can talk nonsense. Fan Qiuying opened her cabinet. The big wardrobe was locked firmly. Zhang Lishi had exchanged those gold bars for her money yesterday. These 2 gold bars were actually exchanged for more than 5,000 yuan. Over 5,000. Fan Qiuying couldn't sleep well last night. The couple's combined monthly salary was only more than 40 yuan. These 2 gold bars cover their salary for 10 years, so the couple can sleep well. At the beginning, I was anxious and uneasy, and later on, I became a little bit worried. Mainly worried about being robbed at home. There have been a lot of thieves in the past 2 years, and there are quite a few people who climb over walls and break into houses. Fan Qiuying locked the money in a small box, put the small box in the camphorwood box in the cupboard, locked it, and then locked the outside of the big cupboard. It was considered a heavy lock, otherwise she would not be allowed to do it today. Go out. Carefully opened the money inside the handkerchief and showed it to Xiao Xiao. Silly girl, here is 1,000 yuan. Mom put it on you so that you can use it if you need it urgently, but you can't put it all in one place. I've already thought about it. When the time comes, sew a few more pockets on the tops of your inner clothes and vests, and use safety pins to pin the money inside. Be careful when you go out, and only use money in one place. Fan Qiuying was gesturing with the money and had already begun to think about how to sew pockets on her daughter's body. Zhang Xiaoxiao's eyes turned red. In her previous life, when she went to the countryside from the Fang family only gave her 5 yuan to carry with her. They didn't even prepare a bedding for her, so they just took her 5 yuan and went directly to the countryside. You want to know what you can do with 5 yuan? I went there by myself, and it was so cold in the winter that I didn't even have a thin quilt. If it hadn't been for the kind sister Jiashu who had been taking care of her. She died there a long time ago. There is no one like her later. Mom, this is too much money, please keep it in your hands. There is still a lot of money to spend at home. My brother will replace my father in work in the future, so the income of the two of you will be less. I don't want you to work so hard, you fool the paper box. If you wake up early and stay late, your fingers will be rotten to something, and there will be scratches from the paper box. It won't work after a long time. I originally wanted you to keep this money with me. In the future, you will have money on hand and don't have to worry about whatever money your family needs for your eldest brother's wedding gift. What's the use of bringing so much to me? I didn't need to spend money to go there. Think about it, this is the countryside. Even if I want to spend money, do I have a place to spend it? Zhang Xiaoxiao pushed the money back. She had this idea, otherwise she wouldn't have been able to cut it off. Fan Jiuying smiled, you stupid kid. Some people think it's too much money. You're just stupid. Your parents keep this money with you, just because they're afraid that if you have any urgent need, you won't be able to send telegrams in time when you need the money. Keeping some money around you is better than having no money when you need it. My parents have suffered from money all their lives and know that life without money is difficult. What's more, when you go to the countryside and get there, it will be even more miserable. What do parents want so much money for? The two of us still have arms and legs, and are strong enough to move. My parents have discussed this money a long time ago. This is reserved for you children. Each of you should share some. Parents have saved it for you. When you need it urgently, everyone will help you use it. No matter what your dad and I say, we still have a pension. Although I can't say that I'm living a good life, I can definitely have enough food and clothing. Don't worry about it. Fan Jiuying gave Zhang Xiaoxiao the money, then quickly stuffed her small box back into the big box, locked the big box, and then locked the wardrobe. That series of actions was done in one go. Zhang Xiaoxiao was amused. Mom, you are so kind. Hold her mother and act like a spoiled child. Fan Jiuying hugged Zhang Xiaoxiao and stroked the child's long hair. Mom is really worried about you going to the countryside. This child of yours has never experienced hardship in his life. How much pain will he suffer when he suddenly goes to that place? You child is just disobedient. Just say that your brother he is rough-skinned and thick-skinned. What kind of hardship can he not endure when he goes to the countryside? Tell me, it would be great for you to stay with your parents, but you have to suffer this. Poke Zhang Xiaoxiao the forehead. Zhang Xiaoxiao smiled and rubbed his head on Fan Jiuying's shoulder. Mom, you and my dad can't protect me for the rest of my life. After all, I have to walk the road on my own. I would rather suffer a little now than suffer for the rest of my life. Fan Jiuying sighed. That's right, they can't protect this child for the rest of his life. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 42. Chapter 42. It's so difficult. Fang Ziyi is back. Fan Jiuying heard the door knock and then remembered that the mother and daughter had locked the courtyard door in the clear day. Hurriedly pushed away the girl in his arms. Why don't you hurry up and open the door? Clean up the room and open the curtains, otherwise someone will see us and think we are robbers at home. Fan Jiuying also felt that she had gone too far. Zhang Xiaoxiao is not good at it. Okay. I'll open the door. My mother, you can clean up the mess here. Opening the door, Fang Xiaowai walked in. Xiao Xiao, you and mom are back, I want to say a few words to you. Fang Xiaowai had a smile on her face. 3 people were sitting in the living room. Fan Jiuying looked at her 2 daughters. Xiaowai, what do you want to say? Mom, I'm going back to Fang's house. This sentence is like a drop of water falling into hot oil, and the oil immediately splashes everywhere. The permed Fan Jiuying shines in the mist. You kid, why are you going back to Fang's house? Fan Jiuying's first reaction was that the couple had done something to shock the child and make him feel that they were partial. Mom. Xiao Xiao went to the countryside for my 3rd brother. The Fang family's mother and father said that since Xiao Xiao went to the countryside for my brother, let me go to the countryside for Xiaoxiao's brother. They said we owed them this. After all, they have raised me for so many years, so I can't help but go. Fang Xiaowai wiped away tears. She is simply a kind-hearted little white flower who takes the blame for others. Fan Jiuying felt a pain in her heart. After all, she is her daughter. She is indeed a little partial to Xiao Xiao. She thinks of Xiao Xiao first in many things, but she never thought that her daughter would be treated like this because of Xiao Xiao. Xiaowai, my parents didn't expect this. Otherwise, wait until tomorrow. Your dad and I will go to the Fang family's parents and tell them clearly how we can compensate them. We will try our best to compensate their family for raising you like this many years of kindness. Fan Jiuying spoke. This is what the couple owes this child. After all, they had nothing to do with the wrong child. They are young and have no idea what is going on. Everything is related to adults, and children are not at fault. No, no. Mom, no need. I think Father Fang is right to let Mom say, this is what I owe them. After all, they raised me, and now their biological daughter went to the countryside for my brother. This debt I'll pay it back. Fang Xiaowai was a little panicked. In fact, she had already called Mother Song today. She told her situation to Mother Song in a garbled way. Of course, in this embarrassment, she deliberately exaggerated her so-called biological parents. After finding her, she only focused on the daughter they raised. She was not interested in her own daughter. Don't ask. Then he described the Fang family's parents as cruel adoptive parents who wanted her to go to the countryside instead of their son to repay their kindness. Song's mother has always liked her. Hearing her pitiable experience, my sympathy immediately overflowed. He promised her to help her arrange a job and called her. It is said that she will be able to study at the medical school in 2 days. As long as you study for 2 years, you can be assigned to work in a hospital. Moreover, Song's mother also helped her establish a good relationship. When she was studying in the medical school, she was actually part of the hospital establishment. In other words, she can get a job as a hospital nurse immediately. She went to a health school to study, and she was paid a monthly salary from the hospital. This kind of treatment was not available to ordinary people, and only people like Mother Song had such ability. She was crying here. To put it bluntly, she just wanted to make Jiang's parents feel that they owed him. Fang Xiaowai, I think my parents should go and talk to the Fang family's parents. After all, they can't take it out on you for such a big thing. Before they recognized me, I had already signed up with the street to go to the countryside. This has nothing to do with taking my eldest brother's place to go to the countryside. It's better for us to explain this matter. After all, we can't harm you because of this matter. Zhang Xiaoxiao smiled with a knife hidden in his smile. Want to fool her, dream. It's not like she doesn't know who Fang Xiaowai is. This woman is very scheming and loves to pretend to be a pretty girl. Even if she has nothing to do with her, she can still pretend that she has been greatly wronged. What's more, Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't know that Fang Xiaowai would be able to go to medical school soon under the protection of the Song family. How could people as utilitarian as Fang Xiwen and Yehua break up with the Song family? No, there's really no need. Xiao Xiao, I should do this. After all, you went to the countryside for my eldest brother. No matter how you say it, it is true. I should also go to the countryside for my eldest brother. Fang Xiaowai was worried. How could she let the Zhang family's parents go to the Fang family? Once they went to the Fang family, the secret would be revealed. How can that be done? Isn't it okay for Sister Xiaowai to be wronged? Mom and Dad, Sister Xiaowai is also your biological daughter. We cannot let her suffer such great injustice. How can it be okay for a girl to go to the countryside? I think it's better to go find Fang's parents now and explain the matter clearly. If they have complaints and resentments, they can put them on me. As my daughter, I am willing to do this. They can't put this resentment on Sister Xiaowai. It would be unfair to Sister Xiaowai. Zhang Xiaoxiao was filled with indignation, picked up Fan Qiuying and left. Fan Qiuying didn't fully react before her daughter pulled her out of the courtyard. Fang Xiaowai was anxious. How could she go there? Mom, do you insist on forcing me to death? The Fang family's parents have already complained about me, and now you still say this. It is obvious that I will come back to complain to you. What do the Fang family's parents think of me? You still think that I am a two-faced person, and you have raised me for so many years, but I turned my head towards my biological parents. Are you not making me two-faced and not a human being? Fang Xiaowai is anxious. Completely anxious. Hold Fan Qiuying tightly. Yes, Xiao Xiao, let's not go, otherwise it would be really difficult for Xiaowai to do this, and after all, the Fang family has raised her for so many years. Fan Qiuying said confusedly. Mom, it's wrong for you to say that. After all, Xiaowai is your biological daughter. If you say that, people will think that you are so cruel if they find out that you only care about your adopted daughter and don't even care about your biological daughter, forcing her to go back and give birth to her daughter. If the Fang family is treated as a scapegoat, what reputation will you and my father have? Those who know that you are a kind person with good intentions, but outsiders who don't know may think that you have ulterior motives. Zhang Xiaoxiao said something to Fan Qiuying. Yes. No matter what they do now, they are no longer human beings inside and outside. When Fang Xiaowai saw Fan Qiuying wavering again, she secretly resented her. Why was Zhang Xiaoxiao so difficult to deal with? Does this woman have to force herself to tell the truth? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 43. Chapter 43 Exposed. Xiaowai, Xiao Xiao is sorry about this matter. No matter what, I should go see your Fang family's parents. After all, our reasoning on this matter is untenable. No matter whether they hit or scold them, I will not. You should go and explain this matter clearly to them, and you can't let your child be in trouble. Besides, your father and I don't have the intention to ask you to apologize on Xiaoxiao's behalf. Fan Qiuying sighed. She couldn't ignore her daughter. Fang Xiaowai was worried that Fan Qiuying would really go back to Fang's house to talk about the matter. The Fang family's parents will definitely force him to go to the countryside, and they may not be angry when the time comes. Now we can go to the neighborhood committee to finalize the matter. At that time, my hospital job quota has not been released yet. Once this time difference is not grasped well, it may become a waste of effort. Mom, I beg you, please don't go. Can't you let me face Fang's parents by myself? I have had a deep relationship with them for so many years. If you go like this, aren't you making things difficult for me? Fang Xiaowai refused to tell the truth. Fan Qiuying felt even more guilty. It was they who made things difficult for the child. Xiaowai, don't worry. I know you are in trouble. You will stay at our house from now on. Mom will never let you go to other people's homes to suffer this splint. Today I will go to your Fang family parents to make it clear. They are cotters, they are all sensible people, and there is no way they would do anything to force you to go to the countryside. If it really didn't work out, I went to find the uncle and aunt of the Fang family. When they came to our house that day, they talked very well. I can see that they are all sensible people. If it doesn't work, I will go see the old man and the old lady of the Fang family. I will not let my daughter suffer this injustice. Fan Qiuying made up her mind that Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't need to hold her back this time. She walked out by herself. She walked extremely resolutely. She told herself that she had not been able to feed this child for a day in so many years. If she made this child suffer such a great injustice now, she would be sorry for this child. Fan Qiuying has even thought about using the remaining 4,000 yuan to compensate the Fang family. Fang Xiaowai was so frightened when she saw this. If Fan Qiuying really went today, she might be on the neighborhood committee's list of going to the countryside tomorrow. Mom, please don't go. I don't have to go to the countryside. I went back to the Fang family because I will have a job soon. Now you are going to find the Fang family's parents. Do you just want me to not have a job right away? Fang Xiaowai finally told the truth. Fan Qiuying was startled. Slowly she let go of her hand. Just now she felt guilty that they were sorry for this child. Now when she suddenly heard this, Fan Qiuying felt that there was something wrong with her ears. What did you say? Zhang Xiaoxiao supported Fan Qiuying. Her mother has been simple and straightforward all her life, and she never minces words when dealing with people. I have probably never thought in my entire life that there is such a person in the world who says and does completely different things in his heart. Sister Xiaowai has a job. It seems that she should go to work soon. She can solve the problem of going to the countryside without having to go to the countryside. Congratulations, Sister Xiaowai, you didn't make it clear earlier just now, which made my mother think you are about to go to the countryside, and your mother is so anxious. If you had said earlier that you didn't have to go to the countryside to have a job, Mom might not have to be so anxious. Fan Qiuying couldn't understand immediately. Fang Xiaowai has a job and should not go to the countryside. Just now, this child kept telling herself that she would go to the countryside to repay the Fang family. It turned out that they were just playing tricks on her. Fan Qiuying's eyes dimmed. The courage in my heart to fight for my daughter dissipated in an instant, not even a scum was left. Xiaowai, you must be a decent person. What you do must be consistent with what you say. Although you have not been with us for so many years, we are your biological parents and have not fulfilled any responsibilities in raising you. But I also hope that you can do it a decent person. From now on, you will have to work and have your own home. Mom, I hope you have a good life. If you encounter any difficulties in the future and want help from your parents, you can come back to us. Since the Fang family's parents have arranged a job for you, then you should do it well. It seems that they are really good to you. You should take care of yourself from now on. Fan Qiuying's tears suddenly fell. It's not because of Fang Xiaowai. It's because of my small size. The Fang family's parents can arrange a job for Fang Xiaowai so that the child does not have to go to the countryside. It is conceivable that they still have feelings for Fang Xiaowai after raising her for so many years. But for Zhang Xiaoxiao's biological daughter, they actually wanted her to go to the countryside instead of the family's son. It is conceivable that any family would not love their biological daughter. It is just because Zhang Xiaoxiao was not raised by them, and they do not have this feeling for Zhang Xiaoxiao. This child is really pitiful. I always thought that my partiality would make Xiaowai feel uneasy and uncomfortable. She felt guilty and restless, but who knew she was really wronged? The poor child was her own Xiaoxiao. My biological mother doesn't feel any pain, even asking her to go back is just showing off. Her poor baby. Fan Xiuying looked at Zhang Xiaoxiao crying and burst into tears. Can't stop even if I stop. Fang Xiaowai was embarrassed. Xiaoxiao, Fang's parents asked me to bring you a message. You will have nothing to do with the Fang family in the future, and you are completely cut off from them. I'm leaving, so take care of yourself. Mom, I will come back to visit you and Dad. Zhang Xiaoxiao sneered, that's good, cut it off in two. I hope they remember this sentence. Finally this ending is coming. Zhang Xiaoxin couldn't help but feel relaxed. This is what she wished for. Fang Xiaowai covered her face and ran away. It's embarrassing for everyone. Especially Fan Xiuying's look. Disappointment, pity, and heartache. Fang Xiaowai is a normal person, she has a minimum sense of shame. Who doesn't want to be loved by his parents? Ever since she knew that she was the wrong child of the Fang family, she understood and longed for a family that could take care of her. Seeing how Fang Xiuying and Zhang Lixi treated Zhang Xiaoxiao, she desires it too. It hurts my heart to long to be held in the hands of my parents like an ordinary girl. If you choose to give up everything you had in the past, you can return to the Zhang family and enjoy the love and care, but her parents are obviously more interested in Zhang Xiaoxiao than they are in her. Although her parents did their best to give her all the care and love she wanted. The problem is that without contrast there is no harm. Compared with Zhang Xiaoxiao, her mother is the stepmother. In addition, Fang Xiaowai does not think that she is still a child. The most important thing is to measure your own future and future. In the future, only the Fang family and the Song family can give her what she has. The Zhang family is just a worker. Can't give her anything. Fang Xiaowai walked resolutely. Please collect, comment, and recommend. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 44. Chapter 44 It Stinks. Zhang Xiaoxiao helped Fan Xiuying into the house. As soon as she entered the room, Fan Xiuying hugged Zhang Xiaoxiao tightly. Mom, don't be sad. Fang Xiaowai will naturally know who her relatives are in the future. Mom, don't cry. You have been such a strong person all your life, and now you can still be defeated by these things. Zhang Xiaoxiao knows Fan Xiuying. But today I will burst into tears. What she said was purely for comfort, because she knew that Fang Xiaowai would be heartless in the future. I feel sorry for you. You are a child that your father doesn't care about and your mother doesn't love you. Now your parents don't even care about you. I don't know how they can be so cruel. You are such a well-behaved and obedient child. Why? Just say no and don't want it? Xiao, don't worry, your parents will never abandon you. You are the child of our family. This is your forever home. Zhang Xiaoxiao was also moved. She is such a mother. Always keep her in your heart for the first time. No wonder Fang Xiaowai is jealous. In my last life, I went to seek Fang Xiaowai for Fan Xiuying and his wife. People said that Fan Xiuying and his wife held her in their hands all day long, and they always spoke of her as Zhang Xiaoxiao. If she can, Zhang Xiaoxiao will go and see a doctor for them. Since she has never been regarded as a biological daughter for a day, then don't think of a biological daughter to show filial piety to them now. To put it bluntly, she was the culprit who prevented Fang Xiaowai and Fan Xiuying from establishing a deep relationship in her previous life. In this life, she is here again. Once again, the relationship between parents and Fang Xiaowai was severed. Perhaps subconsciously, Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't want her parents to neglect her because of Fang Xiaowai. She is still selfish. She was selfish in her last life. It will still be like this in this life. Zhang Xiaoxiao felt guilty. Parents do not deserve to be treated like this. But it seems difficult to recover. Unless Fan Xiuying and Zhang Lixi have a great opportunity. It can give Fang Xiaowai a strong enough support. Otherwise, Fang Xiaowai has imitated Yehua's 100% snobbery. Without power and influence, it is absolutely impossible for Fang Xiaowai to treat her sincerely. This is the truth. Zhang Xiaoxiao firmly told herself that she had done nothing wrong. Mom. I am your child. I will always be your daughter. As long as you, Dad, eldest brother, eldest sister, and second sister love me, it will be fine. Others are not important. Please stop crying, I have never seen you in my life. You cry like this makes me sad. Our family wants to be happy together. Fan Jiuying nodded bravely and wiped her tears hard, as if all the sadness in her heart disappeared. Yes, you will always be your parents' daughter. Mother and daughter laughed. Zhang Lishi is back. He also sighed when he heard about this. In fact, he didn't feel that they did the right thing in this matter, even though he strongly urged himself to go to the countryside. But this matter cannot withstand other people's imagination. As this word is passed from person to person, it may not necessarily turn into something like that. The only consolation is that after all the trouble, the child still stayed at their home. His father also understood Fang Xiaowai's choice. After all, Fang Xiaowai had grown up in the Fang family since she was a child and was used to that kind of life. And I feel closer to my parents there. Now that people choose to go back, it is probably because of Fang Xiaowai's responsibility. I can only say that as parents, they are not very capable, so they cannot give their children a better life. Children have their own choices. They can only respect their children. Zhang Xiaoxiao went to bed at night. This time the house is clean. Don't worry about being discovered. Zhang Xiaoxiao entered his own space directly. What you see when you go in the morning and in the evening has changed again. The peaches that were still green in the morning have turned red. The feeling now is quite like a human face with peach blossoms complementing each other. And the most important thing is that each peach is white and red, full of water, juicy, sweet and fragrant. It is the best among peaches. Zhang Xiaoxiao couldn't help it anymore and reached out to pick a peach. She has liked eating fruits since she was a child. Especially all kinds of peaches, which are considered my favorite. Otherwise, you can't just choose peach between peach and huanghuali. Wash the peaches in the spring water next to them and bite them in one bite. It is full of juice and extremely sweet. Zhang Xiaoxiao ate a whole peach in one go. If she hadn't eaten too much for dinner, she might have been able to eat a second peach. Coming out of the space with satisfaction, it is clear now that the peach tree seems to be growing very quickly in her space. It took almost 2 days and 1 night for a peach tree to bloom and bear fruit, and the fruits were ripe. Zhang Xiaoxiao's only regret is that there is only this one field in this space, and he planted fruit trees himself. This is not the land outside. Once you have planted a peach tree, you may not be able to plant anything else under the tree. Once I have planted peach trees on this piece of land, I am thinking of planting others. People automatically blocked her. So far she has found no signs of the second piece of land being reclaimed. Of course, it may be like upgrading and fighting monsters in future games. Maybe if certain conditions are met, the second land will be automatically developed. But there is neither any written description nor any systematic description of this space. It's like a blind man touching an elephant, so you can cross the river by feeling your own way. But this is enough to satisfy you. After all, this space can store things and plant things. It seems that the planting speed is quite fast. This is already a very surprising existence. She is quite satisfied with this golden finger. As far as what happened to her in her previous life, it was God's turn to see her end up like this. The so-called overwhelming luck. Zhang Xiaoxiao fell asleep contentedly. The next day there was a knock on her door. Xiaoxiao, Xiaoxiao, wake up quickly, what's wrong in your house, why is it so smelly? Fan Jiuying smelled a strange smell when she woke up in the morning. She originally thought it was because the chamber pot at home was not clean. Fan Xiuying had tidied up the outside of her home early in the morning. She didn't know how many times she had cleaned the chamber pot, but she could still smell the smell. Fan Xiuying was surprised. Where did this smell come from? It really stinks. In the end, she followed the smell and found her daughter's room, which shocked Fan Xiuying. My daughter is such a clean person, why does she smell like this? Is it possible that your daughter is sick? Zhang Xiaoxiao got out of bed and opened the door in a daze. Then Fan Xiuying was startled. Pointing at Zhang Xiaoxiao, "Hey, my dear, what did you do last night, kid? Did you go play with those saplings again in the middle of the night? Tell me about your kid, see what you have done to yourself, and don't say anything about cleaning up. Go to bed and take a look. I'll get you some water and wash it quickly. Hold your nose." Fan Xiuying went out to fetch water. Zhang Xiaoxiao finally woke up. Take a look at yourself. God! She is almost like a mud monkey. There is a layer of black stuff on the body, and the smell is pungent and unpleasant. Zhang Xiaoxiao himself will be smoked to death by himself. Oh my God! It stinks too much. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 45. Chapter 45 Bathing. Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at himself and looked like this. How could he wash himself clean at home? Looking at the whole body, it is almost impossible to look at it. For the first time, I had the urge to bury myself. Mom, give me your bathing certificate. I'll go to the bathhouse and take a bath. The employee bathhouse of their factory is right in front of them. When you exit the door, turn left and walk to the top, which is the employee bathhouse. There is no concept of family bathrooms at the moment. In fact, every household goes to a bathhouse to take a bath. Of course, the employee bathhouse will issue bathing tickets to internal employees. Bathing here basically does not cost a penny, and you can take 10 baths a month. Their family is a dual-income family. Fan Xiuying heard the same thing. Wipe the handle. Go to the drawer and find your bathing ticket. When you go, take a good wash and tidy up your whole body. Mom will change the sheets, quilts, pillowcases, and clean them all for you. You can't do this in the future. How can such a big girl still do this, when no one is here? Go and wash up quickly, otherwise the neighbors will think you don't care about cleanliness. Fan Xiuying had a look of resentment on her face. Her daughter loves to be clean, so how could she be like this? I must have been too sad yesterday, so I couldn't sleep in the middle of the night and ran to the yard to play with the flowers and plants. Look at it, turned out like this. Moreover, you can imagine that he went to bed without even washing up. How bad I feel. Fan Xiuying directly gave her daughter some brainstorming, and her mood was up and down last night. Zhang Xiaoxiao hurriedly grabbed the bathing supplies, took the bath ticket and ran straight to the bathhouse. There are not many people taking a bath at this time. If there is no problem, the first wave of bathing peak has passed by now. Be aware that most people rush to take a shower before going to work. It's already past 9 o'clock now. They have the morning shift here at 7:30, so there is probably no one in the bathhouse now. Just like this embarrassing look, don't let people see it, otherwise the explanation is unclear. Zhang Xiaoxiao rushed into the bathhouse like a wind. Standing under the faucet, I finally rinsed myself clean, looking at the black water like ink flowing down my body. Zhang Xiaoxiao himself couldn't figure out what was going on. She didn't do anything last night. Could it be that she was sleepwalking? Just ate a peach. Peach. Zhang Xiaoxiao was shocked. Is it possible that all this has something to do with peaches? Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at his body carefully. Seriously, she didn't notice any difference. Of course, if she looked carefully, there were still changes. Her skin became fairer. And it's that kind of white and pink color. As if the body becomes lighter. The body can feel as if it is full of energy and has endless energy. Could it be that the peaches in her space have special effects? After taking a shower and changing clothes, Zhang Xiaoxiao went home happily. The clothes she wore when she came had been washed in the bathhouse. Of course she is not the only one who does this. Anyway, most people who take a bath now will wash their changes of clothes directly in the bathhouse and take them home. Zhang Xiaoxiao rushed home excitedly. As soon as Fan Jiuying saw her daughter, her eyes lit up. Hey, no wonder it's the 18th female transformation. Look at your little face becoming whiter and tenderer. How beautiful it is after you wash it off. Come on, mom will put some clothes on for you, and go eat quickly. Fan Jiuying reached out and took the clothes. Why do you smell like a peach? Standing in the yard, Fan Jiuying was putting on her clothes. There are 2 steel wire ropes set up in their yard, specially used for drying clothes. Zhang Xiaoxiao walked out of the house. Mom, look. In any case, even if this peach can slightly change the physical constitution, it will be good for the family. As for her peach tree, she went in to take a look. Even though there are 12 peaches, they are still peaches. They are rare and valuable, so they should be left alone. They should look ripe. Leaving it alone is a waste. Fan Jiuying took a look. It's been several months, why are there still peaches? Who gave them to you? Mom, you forgot. My uncle's friend is a peach orchard, and I got the peach saplings from him. He met me on the road and brought a box of peaches. He was probably embarrassed when he saw me, so I stuffed a few. Give me a peach. It is said that this kind of peach ripens late. Just like this, I want to eat but I can't. Zhang Xiaoxiao presented the peach to Fan Jiuying like a treasure. Fan Jiuying smiled and asked Zhang Xiaoxiao, well, we owe the boss a favor. Next time, tell your uncle and ask your uncle to bring something to him when he goes to his house. Otherwise, this month will be very difficult. It's hard to eat this kind of thing. It's all about your heart, you can't always take advantage of others. Mother and daughter sat down, Zhang Xiaoxiao held a bowl and ate. Cornflour batter, steamed buns with multi-grain flour, pickles, and her own hard-boiled eggs. At first glance, it seemed that this was specially reserved for her. Everyone in the family must have eaten and left. Mom, eat one and see if it tastes good. She had washed the peaches long ago and stuffed one into Fan Jiuying. There are only 3 peaches in total, so let's keep them for you to eat. Mom doesn't care about these things. Fan Jiuying thought this thing was quite rare and wanted to keep it for her daughter. Zhang Xiaoxiao's eyes widened. Mom, I'm so greedy that I ate one on the way. No one in our family can run away from the remaining 3. You'd better eat them quickly. Besides, you can't let go of these peaches. Do you think it can survive in this weather? If it breaks tomorrow, it will be a pity for such a good thing. Fan Jiuying was forced to take a bite of the peach before she gave up. Fan Jiuying took a bite. I immediately expressed amazement, not to mention that these peaches are so sweet and delicious. They have also eaten peaches when they are in season, but it is rare to eat peaches that taste so sweet. Mainly take a sip, it is like honey, sweet to the bottom of your heart. Mom, after you finish eating the peach, go take a bath quickly. Look at the bath ticket. It will expire soon this month. If you don't take a bath quickly, the bath ticket will become invalid and need to be replaced with a new one. Zhang Xiaoxiao is afraid that his mother's secrets will be exposed. She couldn't explain what to do if her mother was covered in black mud. Fan Jiuying looked at the bath tickets, too. Looking at it, today is the end of the month, and I actually still have 2 bath tickets left. Don't worry. After I wash all the sheets and quilts at home, I will take a shower, otherwise I will be sweating profusely in a while. Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't rush to wash it. His mother still has to do this job, Otherwise, if she doesn't delay for a while, the mud on her body, if she doesn't come out now, will be covered in black mud after her mother takes a shower, which is even more unclear. Fan Jiuying was a hard-working person. Not only did she wash the sheets and quilts, she also took the opportunity to clean up the cellar at home where potatoes and radishes were stored in the winter. This time I am really disgraced. My inner plan is that I have to take a shower anyway, I will do all the dirty work together, and I will be clean when the time comes. Fan Jiuying went to take a shower. Having a chance, please give me a collection recommendation. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 46. Chapter 46 Bao Yuan. As soon as Fan Jiuying left, Zhang Lishi and Zhang Lei are back. They are not working this afternoon. Zhang Lishi works in the morning shift. Zhang Lei learned to drive with his father, and they also commuted to and from get off work together. Zhang Xiaoxiao made lunch. Her skills have long been developed. After all, I lived in the countryside for so many years in my last life, and I learned everything there is to learn. Although she later came to work in the county hospital in the county town. However, after people in that era got married and started a business, how could they not make their own meals and live a living? It's not like there will be takeout from restaurants all over the place in the future. I fried hot and sour shredded potatoes, plus a cold cucumber, and a mapo tofu. It is an improved version of mapo tofu, but theirs does not have meat filling. Fortunately, my mother knows how to make doubanjiang, and their family has no shortage of doubanjiang. A pot of rice. His parents' food budget only includes 10 kilograms of rice a month. She made 2 kilograms of rice and put it in at noon today. Zhang Lei rushed into the kitchen after smelling the fragrance. Mom, am I starving? Hey, my God, doesn't the sun come out in the west? Come and see, Daddy, our little one is actually cooking in the kitchen. Zhang Xiaoxiao stuffed a peach into his mouth. Fast food. Zhang Xiaoxiao happily watched his elder brother eat a peach in 2 or 3 bites. Zhang Lishi poked his head in. My daughter, who has never been in the kitchen, is actually cooking in the kitchen. You kid. Why are you cooking? You've never cooked before, why don't you burn yourself? Get out, get out. Dad will come. What did your mother do? How can I leave you alone? What if the kitchen burns down after all this fussing at home? Zhang Lishi is still stuck in the psychological shadow of his daughter burning the pot last time. I really can't forget it. Zhang Lei watched eagerly as his sister gave the last peach to Zhang Lishi. Looking resentful. Delicious. Too delicious. Dad, you are too busy cooking, so let me help you eat this peach. Hand out your hand and take it. He was slapped on the paw by Zhang Xiaoxiao. Grind his teeth in pain. You are still my biological sister? This is murdering my biological brother. Zhang Xiaoxiao glanced at him sideways and said, this is Dad's, only one for each person. Don't even think about taking advantage. Zhang Lei touched his head and said, who sent these? Why are you only sending these 2? How can this be enough to eat? What are you doing so carelessly over there? Who can deliver the whole basket to you so that you can eat enough? I can give you 2 in this year and age. How much of a favor is that? Zhang Lishi was dissatisfied. The son is ignorant. Zhang Lei smiled bitterly and rubbed his head, I'm just saying it. I was wrong, Dad, don't glare at me, I'm scared. I can't even serve the food. Go to the kitchen obediently and serve the meal. 3 dishes and 1 soup, a tomato and egg soup. Fan Jiuying walked in and saw a table of ready-made meals. Oh, Lao Zhang, your craftsmanship is so good today. I could smell the fragrance even before I walked in. Thank you for coming back early today and making the rice ready-made. Otherwise, I would have to come back just to cook. It only takes an hour, and I'll starve you to death. Zhang Lishi glanced at his wife. I didn't cook this meal, guess who cooked it? How does my daughter-in-law look so fair and tender today? It seems like there are fewer wrinkles on my face. Especially the one with supple skin. If it's not made by you, then it's made by Zhang Lei. Xiao Xiao doesn't know how to cook. The problem is that Zhang Lei's cooking skills are not good either. These 3 dishes and 1 soup look pretty good. Fan Jiuying looked at the faces of Zhang Xiaoxiao and Zhang Lei. A son and a daughter were enjoying themselves mysteriously, but they didn't say who did it. Mom, your daughter Zhang Xiaoxiao made this today. You have to try her cooking later. I'm not afraid of anything else. I'm just afraid that she'll beat the salt cellar to death soon. Zhang Lei dodges with dexterity and avoids Zhang Xiaoxiao's chestnut. Oh, Xiao Xiao, why are you cooking? Can't you just wait until mom comes back to cook? What if it gets burned? Zhang Xiaoxiao has 3 black lines on his forehead. Her mother and her father actually had the same tone and said the same thing. Is it possible that she is so untrustworthy? 2. Her previous experience in cooking really made it impossible for others to trust her. Mom, eat quickly and try my handicrafts, maybe today will be a surprise. Zhang Xiaoxiao pushed Fan Jiuying down and sat down. Sure enough, she found that after eating the peach, there have been obvious changes in my mother. Fan Jiuying actually looks a bit vicissitudes of life after years of hard work. A person who is almost 50 years old looks the same as an old man who is 60 years old. But today there has been a big change, no, both in terms of skin color and overall feeling. I suddenly look younger, at least several years younger. Looking young now. It seems that peaches are quite useful. Other aspects have not yet emerged. But so far, this is already very surprising. Fan Jiuying picked up the bowl. Looking at the dishes, wondering which dish is the safest to eat. She is still a little worried about her daughter. The result was that the 3 of them were holding 3 pairs of chopsticks and looking at each other in bewilderment, staring at the 3 dishes and 1 soup, not knowing what to eat. Look at me. Let me look at you. They are all waiting for the other person to be a guinea pig. Zhang Xiaoxiao's face turned dark. He angrily picked up a chopstick of shredded potatoes. Chew vigorously. Fan Jiuying was embarrassed. Hurriedly, I also picked up a chopstick of shredded potatoes. Xiao Xiao, this is my first time cooking. It's rare to be able to make it like this. It will definitely be delicious. Don't worry, your dad will make all the dishes round today. I promise there won't be any leftovers. Zhang Lishi just wanted to protest. Why did he ask him to wrap it up? He has a bad stomach, so Zhang Lei should be Bao Yuan. What does your son do? Isn't he a person who can tolerate thunder? His wife stepped on him hard under the table. Zhang Lishi, shut up. What the wife says is whatever she says. Zhang Lishi also picked up the shredded potatoes and put them into his bowl. Hey, I'll make a circle, I said I'll make a circle. Drink it in 1 bite. My eyes lit up. Hey, this tastes really good. There is no weird taste, the spicy and sour potato shreds are quite delicious in your mouth. Fan Jiuying also picked up a chopstick of shredded potatoes. Zhang Lei was hesitant about what to do. He had observed his parents' expressions for a long time and didn't see any discomfort. It seems that the salt cellar was not beaten to death. Can you give it a try yourself? He didn't dare to try other dishes because he was afraid of being a guinea pig. Then also add shredded potatoes. Then 3 pairs of chopsticks began to fly quickly on the plate. Especially the mapo tofu, it tastes amazing, smooth and tender, fresh and spicy. Although there is no meat, it tastes really delicious, especially with rice. The large pot of steamed rice was quickly consumed, and the food on the table, Not to mention the vegetables, even the vegetable soup was not left, so it was eaten cleanly. Zhang Lishi looked at the rice in his bowl. Because he was slow to put down his chopsticks, all the dishes were gone, and he could only gnaw dryly on his own white rice. He looked resentfully at his wife, son, and daughter opposite him who had already eaten and drank enough. Have you promised him Bao Yuan? What about him Bao Yuan as promised? End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 47. Chapter 47 I want to go to you. Have enough food and wine. Zhang Lei hugged his belly, feeling comfortable and wanting to sleep with his eyes closed. Anyway, I'm not going to work this afternoon, so it would be nice to take a nap. How could Zhang Xiaoxiao be so willing? Dad, brother, our cellar has collapsed since you are not going to work in the afternoon. Dig the cellar again quickly, otherwise our family will not be able to store winter vegetables in winter. Fan Qiuying was shocked. She went down to the cellar to clean up today. Why did it collapse? The four people stood in front of the cellar, and sure enough, a big hole collapsed there. Fan Qiuying took a breath of air. If she was in the cellar today and the cellar collapsed, it would be better than burying people alive. You two, father and son, don't just look at it. Get your things and pack them up quickly. I didn't see how scary it is. The voice was so frightened that it trembled a little. Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at his father and third brother who were resigned to their fate and went down with a shovel and a bamboo basket. Apologize silently. There was really no other way. She had to give her third brother and her father a reason to take a bath, so while his mother was taking a bath, she directly collapsed the top of the cellar. Who told me that I didn't read many books in my last life, so I was not a cultural person. This IQ can't keep up, so I can only make do with physical strength. A wild and crude method, but it definitely works. Zhang Lishi and Zhang Lei had packed up the cellar, and it was already evening. The two of them were so dirty that they could no longer see anyone, so they had to go to the bathhouse and take a shower. However, the two of them were surprised. After working all afternoon, neither of them felt tired. Not only were they full of energy, but after taking a shower, they both saw that the other seemed to be much fairer. Zhang Xiaoxiao was completely relieved. It looks like this is the effect. The things produced in her space should have great effects on the body, although they cannot be said to cleanse the marrow and cut the menstrual flow. At least it's really refreshing. Other effects need to be investigated in the future, but for now, this is the effect that can be seen with the naked eye. Zhang Xiaoxiao is looking forward to the future products of his space. Lying in bed at night, she decided to go into the space and collect all the other peaches. The peaches on the tree were all ripe. If she didn't collect them, why would the tree continue to grow? As a result, I found a big surprise as soon as I entered the space. It turned out that there was a second piece of land in my space. Zhang Xiaoxiao walked around the ground twice, thinking about how the second piece of land appeared. He had to know that he planted peach saplings in the first piece of land, and then picked up the peaches. After eating the peaches, he found that there were no peach saplings here. There was a lot of land, but after my father, mother, and third brother all ate the peaches, this second piece of land appeared. It definitely has nothing to do with eating peaches, but it probably has something to do with picking peaches yourself. Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't hesitate. No matter what you think, I'm afraid you won't be able to figure it out, so you might as well experiment. So she picked all the peaches on the trees in the space. She waited there for a long time but did not see the third piece of land appear. Zhang Xiaoxiao was confused. It seems that I still haven't figured out the rules for upgrading this space. It's okay if I don't understand it clearly. Anyway, with an extra piece of land, at least there is an extra place for planting. This time I can't mess around. I'll try to find a way to plant some crops that will disappear after harvesting. Don't be like this peach tree. You can't just cut it down after planting it, right? But she has ready-made seeds on hand. Her uncle helped find a lot of them last time. How about planting something else to try? Zhang Xiaoxiao is smarter this time. Absolutely no more nonsense. The last time I planted peach trees, I learned a serious lesson. This time, I will plant crops that mature one after another. Don't let your land go to waste. Zhang Xiaoxiao thought for a while and planted cabbage. This season is the harvest season for their pak choi. Even if their own pak choi is ripe, it is not difficult to take it out. At worst, they will just say that they bought it from outside. Zhang Xiaoxiao started working without saying anything. The Chinese cabbage has been planted. Zhang Xiaoxiao fell asleep in a daze. The Fang family is in chaos. Yehua pointed at Fang Ziyawai and cursed. Fang Ziyawai, I didn't see it. You are just a two-faced little bitch. You promised well in front of us, but as soon as you turned around, you asked the Song family to help you get a job. But now it's good, the only thing left at home is your brother is the only one who has to go to the countryside. This time you are satisfied. Are you proud of forcing my son to go to the countryside? If Yehua hadn't been able to do it because of her years of politeness, she would have really been able to tear Fang Ziyawai apart in front of her. Fang Piashong looked hopeless. Mom, I'm telling you I won't go. My classmates have told me that going to the countryside is not a place for people to go. Not only do you have to do farm work, but you also have the worst food and poor housing. Not good. I will still be bullied. Look at me like this, if I go. My Shakespeare is in vain. And don't you know that I want to be a teacher? Didn't Grandpa promise to help me ask my old classmates? Yehua looked at his son with a heart-wrenching feeling. Fang Ziyawai, let me tell you. You have to go to the countryside. Even if you have a job, you can't go. That's what you owe our family. Fang Ziyawai sighed, but she wasn't worried about work at all. It wasn't like Yehua just said he wouldn't go. Mom, I don't know about this. Mother Song did it for me. You also know that at the beginning, I begged Mother Song to help me get a job. At that time, you didn't let me go to the countryside. In the end, it didn't work. Thinking that Mrs. Song had completed the matter in the past 2 days, how could I have known that the procedures for this work have been completed just like this? I originally planned to go to the countryside instead of my brother, but now it's like this. Parents, don't be angry. If this is the case, I will go to Song's mother tomorrow to explain it clearly to her and ask her to help me cancel this job. Can I go to the countryside instead of my eldest brother? Fang Ziyawai looked aggrieved. Fang Ziwen glared. Yehua was a brainless person. Song's mother can help Fang Ziyawai get the job done, which proves that Fang Ziyawai has already gained status in the eyes of the Song family. To ask Fang Ziyawai to go to the countryside at this time would be a slap in the face of the Song family. At that time, the people of their Fang family will no longer be human beings inside and outside. Whether it sounds good or looks good. Well, you go to the neighborhood committee tomorrow and sign up with them. Yehua doesn't care. At this point, as long as she can protect her son, she can throw anyone out. There is no consideration for the Song family at all. Fang Ziwen coughed. What are you talking nonsense about? You think you can just go to the hospital if you want to? Who are you? You don't know how difficult it is to get a job now. Now that Ziyawai has a job, let her go to work hard. Go to school. Children from other families can go to the countryside, why can't our children go to the countryside? Let me tell you, tomorrow I will go to the neighborhood committee to register for Piashong. That's it for him to go to the countryside? Fang Ziyawai's face was surprised, but she was secretly happy in her heart. Of course she knows that as a cheap man, she cares about face and reputation more than anything else. She dared to do this, of course she had already guessed the consequences and the ending. No matter how much trouble Yehua made, Fang Ziwen was still the head of the family. What are you talking about? Fang Ziwen, you actually want your son to go to the countryside? Are you still his biological father? Are you a human being? This is your son, and I tell you no. I don't agree. You have to go and do it yourself. My son won't go. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 48. Chapter 48. My words are as gentle as the spring breeze. Yehua, I'm telling you that you can't mess around with this matter. If you don't believe me, I'll go to the neighborhood committee and report his name to him now. Anyway, the neighborhood committee has already said it, and the director said that even if we don't report it, they will directly write down Fang Piashong's name. You should weigh it yourself. Do you want to show your willingness and happily send the person away, or do you want them to write it on their own? Fang Ziwen was impatient. It's not that he is cruel. But the matter has reached this point. Zhang Xiaoxiao has also signed up, and Fang Ziwen's work has been confirmed. What would happen if Fang Piashong did not go to the countryside? It is absolutely impossible to let Fang Ziwen go to the countryside. After all, Fang Ziwen wants to go further and wants to use the energy of the Song family. His old man doesn't care about him. If he doesn't think of a way, will he continue to be the workshop director for the rest of his life? Yehua was crying, scolding, and crying at the same time. Fang Piashong was completely confused. Does he really want to go to the countryside? But doesn't it have nothing to do with him? How the Fang family is doing has nothing to do with Zhang Xiaoxiao. Zhang Xiaoxiao went to find his uncle Fan Jiangguo now. The date for her going to the countryside has been set. They will set off in a week. If they don't get the seeds in advance, they will only be able to plant whatever is there when they get to the countryside. She still wants to experiment. As soon as he arrived at the supply and marketing cooperative, Zhang Xiaoxiao said hello to each of them. Her past life experience tells her that it is easier to get things done if her mouth is sweeter. And don't reach out to hit someone with a smiling face. Everyone likes others to greet others with a smiling face. As expected, everyone was very enthusiastic when they saw her. Xiao Xiao, you came to see your uncle. It's a coincidence that I heard that your uncle received a telegram and went home. It seems that your grandma is sick. The director of the supply and marketing department told Zhang Xiaoxiao directly there. Zhang Xiaoxiao was shocked. Grandma is sick? Turn around and run away, regretting while running. She forgot about this matter. Of course, the main reason was that she was having a lot of trouble with her parents in the Zhang family in her previous life, and she didn't remember what happened in the Zhang family so clearly. Actually, if I think about it carefully, my grandma was indeed ill before my third brother went to the countryside, and she was very ill. She hurried back home. The house is a mess. It's like a complete whirlwind. Second brother-in-law Qin Dazhuang was poked in the head and scolded by his mother, the old lady. I have never seen a man like you. Do you still look like a man? You listen to your wife in everything. Your wife has not even passed the confinement period, but she went back to her parents' home. What are you saying? Put our old Qin family. Where is her face? If her in-laws saw it, they would think I was abusing her. It's a good thing for you, a man doesn't act like a man. Just let your wife do this. Qin Dazhuang looked embarrassed and turned red like Guangong. Zhang Xian didn't see it, but Zhang Xiaoxiao heard the cry of a child in the house, so the second sister must have carried the child into the house. Fan Jiuying came out with a gloomy face. The action of swinging the curtain was like giving Qin Dazhuang a hard slap in the face. My mother-in-law, if you want to teach your son a lesson, then go back to your house and teach him a lesson. What kind of noise are you making in our house? Let the neighbors hear it as if I did something to you. Fan Jiuying, the one with the dark face? My daughter has given birth to a baby for a week, but when I first saw her, she looked nothing like a woman in confinement. After being pregnant, I had gained a little bit of flesh on my body and was obviously a little fatter. But now, fortunately, it has only been a week and the child has become dark and skinny. Looking at it like that, it means they haven't been raised well. The most important thing is that the little girl is also thin. It is no different than when I was discharged from the hospital. It would be better to be discharged from the hospital. After all, when he was just born, the child was well raised, and at least he still had some meat on his body. It's good now. It's only been a week. Instead of gaining weight, the child has lost weight. Now he looks like skin and bones. The crying look was miserable, and when she saw that the child couldn't eat enough, the daughter looked embarrassed. She realized that after she went back, her mother-in-law criticized the people all day long, and there was never a moment of peace in the house. In addition, my mother-in-law took all the delicious food from home to my uncle's house. It was not time for the couple to pay their wages. There is not much money at all. I still have to wait until this month for my salary to be paid. There is still more than half a month left, so the couple is frugal. Jang Xian had no food for the child at all, and the child was howling with hunger. It's strange that Fan Qiuying can give her biological mother a good look. Mother Qin came up with a smile and pulled Fan Qiuying. Fan Qiuying can't shake it off, like a piece of candy. My mother-in-law, as you said, a son-in-law is half a son. I came here to complain about him because he is too ignorant. Jang Xian doesn't know that he can't go back to his parents' home during confinement. Doesn't he also know? I told him a long time ago. Look at Jang Xian coming back with the child. She misses her mother. Those who don't know think that I, the mother-in-law, am starving her. That tone and expression are really irritating. Zhang Xiaoxiao had already entered the house and saw his second sister holding the child and wiping her tears. The child was crying there, and the second sister was crying there too. Second sister, stop crying. If you really have the ability, don't wipe your tears on the child here. If you have the ability, go and cry with your mother-in-law. Hold the child and let her take a look. This is also a child of their Qin family. Just as hungry as skin and bones. Could it be that the old Qin family has a reputation? Zhang Xiaoxiao was so angry that he refused to fight. The second sister was like this in her last life. She was tightly controlled by her mother-in-law. After giving birth to this girl, she suffered a heavy hemorrhage and never got pregnant again. Isn't it because she didn't have a son? Her mother-in-law opened her mouth and shut her mouth like a hen that didn't lay eggs. The second sister never had a good life in the Qin family. Although Qin Dazhuang is a good man, this good man can't stand it. Always ask your sister to give in and take a step back to open up the world. As a result, his second sister couldn't bear it any longer and fell directly to the bottom of the cliff. Everyone's tragic ending is probably related to their own choices. Zhang Xian opened her eyes wide in shock at what her sister said and looked at Xiao Xiao. She was the one who was bullied. Shouldn't his sister be on his side to protect and comfort him? Why are you scolding her now? Second sister, don't look at me. It's useless to look at me. You think what I say is unpleasant. Are the words your mother-in-law said outside nice? Compared with her words, my words are probably as gentle as the spring breeze. If you have the ability to deal with your mother-in-law with the same intensity as you glared at me, then your daughter will not be hungry like this. If you can't stand up on your own, think about how you and your children can live a good life in the future. It's not like you don't know that your mother-in-law is partial. If the child is so hungry at such a young age, will he be able to grow up in the future? Zhang Xiaoxiao is really sincere. My niece really didn't grow up. She got sick when she was 5 years old and had no money for treatment, so she died like that. I'm so sorry, I just realized that I am actually in the PK position. Oh my god, please update it quickly. Please support me by collecting, recommending, and commenting. Let Zhang Xiao Xiao fly, and it will be enjoyable for everyone to watch. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 49. Chapter 49, It's like eating Qin Das Wang. But she is my mother-in-law and your brother-in-law's mother. What can I do to her? Is it possible that I will be as angry as her and quarrel with her in public like that? That is not to let others. What a joke. Zhang Xian felt sad. She is most afraid of others seeing her jokes. You are afraid that others will laugh at you, so you and your daughter deserve to suffer. Then why are you coming back? Since you think that your face is more important than your daughter, then just stay with your mother-in-law with your child in your arms. Just keep it. Zhang Xiaoxiu's words were even more cruel. Every word was like a knife, piercing Zhang Xian's heart. Yeah, she just cares about face too much. As long as her mother-in-law and aunt made trouble at home, she would immediately compromise. She was afraid that others would laugh at her or say that she was unfilial to her mother-in-law. In the eyes of outsiders, she is a filial and kind-hearted daughter-in-law, but in reality, only she knows the sins she has suffered and the tears she shed behind her back. Little sister, why do you treat me like this? Zhang Xian felt uncomfortable. The child probably felt the mother's sadness and cried harder, perhaps because he was hungry. Zhang Xiaoxiao sighed. What can she do? Is it possible that I can change my sister's temper in one fell swoop? Okay, don't cry. People say that a mother is strong. When you encounter such a situation, you have to think about it. Is your step back a step for yourself or a step for your daughter's future life? You give in every step, and your mother-in-law presses forward every step of the way. If you don't do well during the confinement period today, the child will not be able to take good care of himself. In the future, the child will not be in good health and will get sick easily. You have to treat the child and take care of the child. I'm afraid your mother-in-law will have more to say by then. At that time, what should you do? Do you tolerate it every time? Actually, this was Zhang Xian's life in his previous life. Zhang Xian was speechless. Zhang Xiaoxiao turned around and went out. When the child cried like this, she went to buy milk powder. You can't really just watch your child cry here all the time. Mother of Qin is still there talking eloquently. My mother-in-law, it's not that I don't want Zhang Xian to stay at your house, but you have to think about what the neighbors should say. When the time comes, they won't be able to point out that our old Qin family is not good to your girl. When the time comes, how do they live there? Every time people go out, they say that De Zhuang is not good to his wife. My son doesn't even have a place to reason. If you really let Zhang Xian live here, we have no objection. But, will Zhang Xian go back in the future? The couple had a knot in their minds because of this incident. Auntie, you mean that my second sister is living with her parents' family today, and my brother-in-law will no longer want her in the future, right? Zhang Xiaoxiao couldn't hold his breath. This mother of Qin was a master of double dealing. There didn't seem to be any big problem in her words, but Zhang Xiaoxiao was not a fool and couldn't understand the underlying meaning. Xiaoxiao, why are you talking like this? What do you mean your brother-in-law doesn't want your second sister? It's obviously your second sister who doesn't want your brother-in-law. Your second sister didn't care about our family's reputation and just carried the child back to her parents' house. Is it possible? As a mother-in-law, I can't say anything about her. Why don't I ask whose daughter-in-law is confinement and runs back to her parents' home? Mother of Qin is so arrogant. She is the mother-in-law, so she has reasons. Qin Das Wang said in a low voice, Mom. It's not as serious as you said. Zhang Xian and the children always need someone to take care of them. You are away from home all day long, and we don't complain. But look at it, it's only been a week since Zhang Xian and he were discharged from the hospital. How skinny are the children? He really couldn't bear to take his daughter-in-law back, because her daughter-in-law couldn't even get a warm meal at home. He is a grown man and has to go to work. His wife is already at home during her confinement period. If he doesn't go to work, the two of them will go to the northwest. What are you talking about? Are you blaming your mother? What can I do? Your wife won't eat this or that. I can't hang around your wife every day. Your eldest brother still has 2 children at home. I need to take care of my child. How easy is it for me to take care of you and your elder brother for so many years? People say that you have forgotten your mother when you marry me. This is really a good thing. You married a daughter-in-law and forgot about me. Mother of Qin immediately raised her voice an octave to Qin Dazhuang. Auntie, whose mother-in-law doesn't take care of her daughter-in-law during confinement, if you really don't take care of her, then don't go. No one is begging you to go. But you are good at publicizing to others outside that you work hard every day to take care of your daughter-in-law, who is in confinement. Your daughter-in-law also chooses this and that, and is particularly difficult to take care of. Others keep praising you as a good mother-in-law. But in fact you don't care about anything behind your back. Even the baby's diapers, my sister was not even out of confinement, she still had to wash them. You said yourself that you are also a woman and came here as a daughter-in-law. Is it possible that your mother-in-law treated you like this back then? I remember that the Qin family has a very good family tradition. At the beginning, you could always use your mother-in-law to take care of you and show off how easy it was during your confinement. You and your mother-in-law had a good relationship. In the end, your mother-in-law left the family property to you, as if you were a mother and daughter. Is it possible that they are all fake? Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't save any face. In order to fight for the inheritance, Qin's mother often told others that she and her mother-in-law were as close as mother and daughter, and her mother-in-law took care of her confinement as if she were her own mother and didn't let her do anything. He regards her as his biological daughter in his heart. Mother of Qin was choked and couldn't say a word. What can she say? Say that she and her mother-in-law are not who they say they are at all? That's not a slap in the face. Of course I treat Zhang Xian as my biological daughter. I didn't let her wash the diapers. She washed them herself. If you don't believe me, ask your sister. Qin's mother hurriedly defended herself. Zhang Xiaoxiao sneered, that's right. You didn't let her wash it? You just didn't wash it yourself. The child's diapers have been used up. Waiting for you. I guess our nieces is rotten. Stop talking nonsense and treat your daughter-in-law. She is hungry and skinny, and so is her granddaughter, just like a beggar. Your Qin family is really a kind family. I admire him very much. I will go to Uncle Qin's workplace tomorrow to see if Uncle Qin and Aunt Qin are the same. It's not that you said that Uncle Qin's family is so poor that he can't take the blame. If he wants my brother-in-law and sister to help him, he has to borrow 20 yuan a month. My sister and brother-in-law's salary is only more than 50 yuan a month. You can take 20 yuan and pay it back. They take away all the food and vegetables from home at every turn. I even want to ask whose family's rule requires the younger brother's family to support the uncle's family. Dismantling everything without politeness. The fig leaf was lifted. Qin Dazhuang's face turned red. She secretly blamed Zhang Xian for telling her sister-in-law everything. This is too disrespectful to my mother. Mother of Qin also looked ugly. Looking at Qin Dazhuang fiercely. It's like eating Qin Dazhuang. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 50. Chapter 50, Be Tough. Xiao Xiao, stop talking. That's all nonsense from your sister. It's nothing. How could my mother ask us to support my elder brother's family? It's nothing. Qin Dazwan couldn't stand his mother's gaze. Say the words. Immediately deny everything. Zhang Xian stood at the door with her child in her arms. She originally wanted to help her husband argue. But when he heard Qin Dazwang's words, Zhang Xian felt cold. It's like this every time. It's like this every time. Qin Dazwang always protects the face of Qin's mother, Uncle Qin. But I never thought about her and the children. Mother of Qin is in high spirits. My own son has said so. What do you know about your little girl? Your sister is talking nonsense. Look, my son can't help it. It's nothing. Your sister is such a troublemaker. She can talk nonsense about anything? I don't know these words that kill people. Haunted and arrogant, her son will always be at her side. She is very confident. Nothing else, her son is the first to be filial. Brother-in-law, where did you hear what my sister told me? Is this what my sister is talking about? Everyone in the workplace knows that your sister-in-law has a good brother-in-law who always subsidizes their family 20 yuan a month. He also said how kind your eldest brother was to you back then and gave you his job, otherwise you would be able to earn so much salary now. Say you are repaying your kindness. I didn't know that you were just a worker in an electronics factory, but your eldest brother was driving for others in a cotton and wool factory. Your eldest brother keeps the good jobs for himself and gives you the bad ones, so you still have to repay the favor. Brother-in-law, you are really eye-opening. My mother also gave her job to my sister, letting my second sister take over the job. Otherwise, you can repay the favor and give 20 yuan to my father-in-law every month. Qin Dazwang was dumbfounded by what he said. Xiao Xiao, your sister and I only earn more than 50 yuan a month from work. If we give our parents another 20 yuan, we will have to live in the Northwest. The embarrassed expression makes people angry and hateful. Yes, if you give 20 yuan to your eldest brother, you don't have to drink the Northwest wind, but if you give 20 yuan to your father-in-law, you have to drink the Northwest wind. What's the logic of this? Zhang Xiaoxiu's eccentric attitude made Qin's mother red-eyed. In-laws, you don't care what your daughter is saying. I've heard of people supporting their own parents, but I've never heard of people supporting their father-in-law. Why should her son's money be spent on the Zhang family? I've heard of people who support their own parents, but I've never heard of people who support their eldest brother. Since my brother-in-law is so kind-hearted that even his eldest brother has to be supported by the whole family, then what's the point of supporting my father-in-law? My mother-in-law also has to work. I gave it to my daughter, so it's only natural to support my father-in-law. Zhang Xiaoxiao refused to give in. This is the fallacy that Qin's mother used to show off. Why should my sister suffer along with me? Qin Dazwan couldn't speak. He opened his mouth and his sister-in-law blocked him, and he couldn't say a word at all. The most important thing is that the sentence touches your heart. What others say is still true, and you don't even have room to refute it. My mother-in-law, you just see how sharp-tongued your daughter is here. A sister-in-law scolds her brother-in-law until he can't even open his mouth. If you tell me this, your girl has a good reputation. Mother of Qin quits. She can beat and scold her son however she wants, he is her own son. She can do whatever she wants, but she feels uncomfortable when others scold her son like this, which violates her dignity. Fan Xiuying sneered and said, "Hey, mother-in-law, you are really right. I am a girl with sharp teeth and a sharp mouth. As a mother, I really can't care. Besides, our girl is telling the truth. Is it possible? I'm not allowed to tell the truth. Even if an outsider comes, I have to argue with her. Which sentence my girl said is wrong? I will break it up word by word and crush it to see where my girl said it wrong." These words would be threatening if Zhang Xiaoxiu's words were told to outsiders. Who doesn't get furious when he hears this? I have seen biased people, but I have never seen such biased people. There is no reason why the younger son's family should support the older son's family. How dare Mother Qin throw this person away? If Zhang Xiaoxiao was really allowed to go out and say this, then her eldest son would be shameless, so how could she, as a mother-in-law, have any good face? My mother-in-law, you said this. Qin Dazhuang was a little confused. In the past, his mother-in-law and his sister-in-law were very easy to talk to, and they were indeed nice to him, but he didn't expect that his mother-in-law's attitude would be so firm today, and his sister-in-law would be a little aggressive. He couldn't figure out what was going on. Then what are you going to do? Isn't it possible that Zhang Xian will live in her parents' home for the rest of her life and never go back? Qin's mother took a look at her son's hopeless look. I can only speak. She didn't believe that Zhang Xian had just given birth to a child. What good would it do to her if she had a falling out with her husband and mother-in-law? Is it possible to stay with your parents at home with your children for the rest of your life? You know, your mother's family can't afford to support two people. As long as my daughter is willing, even if she lives in her parents' house for the rest of her life, why can't she still afford it? My own daughter earns a salary to support her and her daughter. As long as she doesn't have to support that uncle, is it possible that my daughter can still support her? Can't you afford yourself? Fan Xiuying showed the best qualities of a good mother at this time. In order to give her daughter a strong backing no matter what, the door of the house must be open to her daughter. Mother of Qin stared with anger. Qin Dazhuang felt a little scared when he saw his mother-in-law was so determined. What should he do at this time? He could only look at his wife with pleading eyes, hoping that she would come out to ease all this and not make things too serious. Zhang Xian didn't respond at all to her pleading eyes. She just walked up to Fan Xiuying holding the child. Dazhuang, you go back with your mother. Anyway, you have been thinking about taking care of your brother and your mother. You don't have me and the child in your heart at all. It's not like you don't know that the child is hungry like this. A week after the baby was born, not only had there been no flesh on his body, but the flesh was also falling off. Whose baby became this thin after birth? You know clearly that I don't have anything good to eat and there is no food for my children, but you don't even have the courage to ask your eldest brother or your mother for money. Mom, you speak very nicely every time. You always say that this money was borrowed by my eldest brother, but you have to pay it back. I can't starve my own children and have to lend money to my eldest brother. I will do it today. Let me tell you that I am staying at my parents' house and will not go back. I will go back when my eldest brother returns the money he borrowed from us. Of course, if you feel in your heart that it would be better for a daughter-in-law like me not to go back, that's fine. Qin Dazhuang, you can find time to issue the certificate. The two of us have completed the formalities, and we will live our own lives from now on. I will take the child. I live my own life and save you the trouble. Zhang Xian's words made Zhang Xiaoxiao secretly applaud. The second sister always gave in, and finally got tough. I don't know if it was what I just said that pushed her to this point, or if it was just an angry word. Anyway, whether it was impulsive or sincere repentance, as long as the second sister toughens up, her life will eventually be different from before, at least it will not be so miserable. End of this chapter.